Let us now work on our next button and see how to move to next question. So here we have completed the first step and also we have completed the second step. Now directly we are working on fourth step. Later we will come to third step and accordingly we are going to display our question number. We will display the point as well as we are going to update our status bar. So now let us work on how to display our next button and how to move to next question. I will be closing all the files. Now inside this app.js, now here whenever my status is active, I will render quizmin, I will render question and also I have to render my next button. So I'll come down. Whenever my status is active, I have rendered my quizmin, I have rendered my question. Below this, I will be writing next button. I will copy this next button. Come here, I'm just going to import this next button. Come to project, click on this. Now you can see both the buttons, next button as well as finish button is displayed. But I do not want to render both the buttons. So first, let me come to next button. And from here, I'm just going to come in this finish button because this button has to be displayed only when our status changes to finish. So as of now, let us see how to work with this next button. Now here, next button is displayed. Let me refresh. Click on this. Now here, I am having next button. But I have not clicked on any of the answer. But still, this next button is displayed. But what I want, only when I click on this answer, this next button has to be displayed. But before that, whenever I click on this next button, I should be moving to next question. So here, I will come inside app.js and inside this next button, I will pass this dispatch is equal to, here I'm just going to pass dispatch. Copy this dispatch. Inside this next button, I'm just going to accept that prop. Whenever I click on next button, I just want to trigger my new action. So here I will write on click is equal to, I will be passing as value. Then I will be writing dispatch and inside this I will be passing my action. Here I will give type. Type is equal to next question. Here I will write in lowercase. So whenever I click on this, I just want to trigger this action. I will copy this. Inside this app.js, inside reducer, I will be creating new case, next question, and it is going to return object. Now here, what I have to do, I just have to increase my index by 1. So first, I'm just going to copy my entire state and after that, I'm just going to update my index value. So how I will update? From state.index, I will access my index and each and every time whenever I click, I just want to add the value by 1. First time it is 0. When I click on next button, 0 plus 1, it will be 1. Second time when I click on next, 1 plus 1, it will be 2. So that index we have already passed inside this question component. You can see. And using this index, we are going to access that index value from our API and that index value will be displayed as the current question in our component. Now I'll save this. Come here, refresh once, click on this start. This is my first question. When I click on this, now you can see my index value is changed and I am inside second question. Let me show you in components. I will come to app and here I am having my reducer. Now you can see current index value is 1. Again, I will click on next, current index value is 2. Again, click on next, current index value is 3. Click on next, current index value is 4. Now here, each and every time when I click on next button, successfully I am able to move to next question. But the problem is here I have not selected any answer. Even if I have not selected any answer, when I click on next button, I am able to move. But I want to prevent this. I just want to display my next button only when my answer is selected. So here I will come. Inside this next button, I will be passing my answer prop, which will be having access to my answer state. Copy this answer prop, and inside this next button, I'm just going to accept. And here I will be checking the condition. If my answer is equal to null, then what I have to do? Simply I have to return null, which means if my answer is equal to null, that means I am not having any answer. If I am not having any answer, simply return null. Do not return this next button. What we are doing? We have added extra condition where we are doing early return. If we are not having any answer, simply return null instead of returning next button. Save it. Now come here, refresh this, click on start. Now you can see, let me just decrease the size. Now you can see below this, I am not having my next button. But as soon as I click on this, next button will be displayed. And also in my state, if you see here, now my points will also be updated and my current index is 0 and my answer index is 0. So here answer index is 0. That means now my answer is not equal to null. So once it is not equal to null, then only I have to return my next button. Now I will click on next. But now if you see here, let me show you again. I will click on start quiz. Click on these keys, next button will be displayed. But as soon as I click on next, you can see answer is already selected and whatever background color we have given, that is updated. Why? Because for this second question, whatever correct answer we are having, that is displayed. Similarly, for third question, fourth question, for each and every question, correct answer and wrong answer is displayed, because we are not resetting our answer state. Let me show you. Inspect. First, let me just decrease the size. I will open this components app. I will open use reducer. Click on the start quiz. Now here I will be selecting these keys. Next button will be activated. Click on next. Now you can see here answer value is not updated. So now you can see here answer value is not updated, but based on the condition we have passed inside this option.js. Let me show you this condition. Based on this condition, successfully we are able to apply this correct and wrong classes. But if you see inside the state, once I move to next question, my answer is not updated. Again I will click, my answer is not updated. It is not null, which means I am having some answer. So that is the reason this background colors are displayed. So what I will do, I will come to app.js, and whenever I am moving to next question, I will also update my answer property. Here I will write answer and I will just set it back to null. Save it. Come here, refresh this. I will just open my reducer. Click on start quiz. Now I will be selecting these keys. Next button will be activated. Just focus on this answer. As soon as I click on this next button, my answer is set to null and no answer is selected. Again when I click on this, my answer index will be updated and also my points are increased. Again next button will be activated. Click on next. Again just focus on this answer. It will be set back to null. My points will be increased. Now I'm just going to click on this render. I will just click on next. You can see based on that my values are getting updated. My point is also increased. Now again click on next. Answer is set back to null. My index is 3. Status is active and my point is 20. So this is how we are going to work. So that is the reason we have created state variable inside one initial state. So that is the reason we have created state variable inside the state and we have assigned default values. So now successfully we are able to activate our next button, and when we click on this, everything is working fine. So now whatever points we got, we have to update on screen, as well as we have to display how many questions we have completed, and also we have to update our progress bar.